Hello, and welcome to another BTFO. Today we're going to be talking about Predator Badlands. And oh boy, is it Badman's. I definitely didn't like this movie. It's better than Shane Black's The Predator, but that's really not saying much. That movie is like probably one of the worst written movies of all time. Uh, but yeah, it's just if I had to describe it, I mean, I would just use lame. It very much feels like what maybe a 14-year-old would write as like, oh yeah, this is gonna be my cool, awesome Predator movie, and then maybe it was sanitized for his class submission or something. Because yeah, so the story is a little bitch predator named Deck. uh, um, Deck is the runt of his predator clan, and he wants to hunt, and even though he's not done that before, and so I don't know where he was returning from, but he comes home and attacks his brother, and they're like, oh, we're just messing around, we never yield, so we're always fighting each other, even though it's I mean, you could very well die here. I don't know, it does a thing that's kind of annoying, especially about Dan Trachtenberg's version of the Predator universe, where the Yautja culture is entirely built on fighting, which it's that doesn't make sense. How do you build a spaceship? When your whole goal is, yeah, I'm gonna fight each other, and I'm gonna be the strongest. That's why I built the spaceship. How do you build a microchip? In a culture that's all about fighting. It's kind of annoying. But so he tells his brother that I need to go hunt something to prove my worth, and he picks the most unkillable creature on the dangerous planet. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill the strongest to prove I am the strongest. And it's so generic, awful, and it's why was this a choice? You didn't have to write it this way, right? You could have done anything. And it's really annoying too, because this movie introduces that the predators have a language that they speak. I guess maybe it was in Killer of Killers. I don't think it was in Prey. I could be wrong on that. Maybe somebody reads out part of the fucking Yautja Codex that Dan Trachtenberg has introduced. And I don't know, I'm becoming even ever more irritated with Dan Trachtenberg and the fact that he is treating the Predator universe as though it is his creation, rather than understanding that no, this is a pre-existing universe. You have to obey the rules that have been established. Because yeah, in the AVP movies, the predators talk to each other and we see subtitles, but it's all the clicking of their mandibles. It's not this weird lame offshoot of Huttese that they're speaking. And even then, it's even if you're gonna have the predator talk, you probably should keep it to a minimum. Whereas in this, they have the Deck is talking with his brother, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this epic hunt, bro." And then their dad shows up, and he's like, "Hey, why didn't you kill Deck? Like, he's a little bitch boy. We need to get rid of all the little bitch boys from our clan." And his brother's like, "Hey, he deserves a hunt." Which it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think that's probably a fair request, right? To be like, hey, maybe before we say he can't hunt, we should, like, let him. Because it's like, what's gonna happen? Like, you know, because they're all like, oh, you can't hunt that unkillable creature because you're gonna die doing it. And it's like, okay, so if he's gonna die anyways, then, like, yeah, fuck it, let him. Like, you know, let him go try and hunt it. And he fucking dies, he dies. Like, you were gonna kill him anyway. Like, but, so then the brother is like, nah, I'm gonna protect you, Deck. And, he, like, slingshots him into the spaceship and, like, locks it. And then the dad is like, oh, you're protecting a little bitch boy? You must be a little bitch boy yourself. Fucking, like, cuts his arm off and goes to kill him. And before he dies, the brother, like, sends the spaceship on its way to, like, the dangerous planet. It's like, oh, man, there's a lot of dialogue in that scene that you don't need. Like, you know, you're not breaking the mold. It is, like, the most generic scene that you've seen 100 times before. It's just with predators now. And it's like, yeah, you could do a lot of that without any dialogue. Like, you know, and that would be kind of a novel idea, to not have a whole lot of dialogue in your movie. You know, considering your main character doesn't speak a human language. You know, you could reduce the amount of dialogue that even is in there. But for some reason, they're like, no, we have to overcompensate. Like, he has to talk about everything he sees. And, you know, we have to have 3 different lines to explain the same thing to you constantly. And so, like, it gets really annoying. And, like, he gets to the planet and he's like, okay, well, like, I'm gonna go hunt the Callus, the unkillable creature. And so then he just starts walking, and he just happens to bump into Thea, a Weyland-Yutani android that is, like, cut in half. And she convinces him to take her along because she can be a tool, which, I'm sorry, but I really hate that predators can travel the universe, right? They've unlocked faster than light travel, according to this movie, but they don't understand what a robot is. It's like, really? Like, nah, come on. Like, they know what a fucking robot is. Like, there's no way. Like, they understand what a synthetic is. And this movie also introduces that, like, oh, predators, like, they hunt alone. That's part of the Yautja Codex, is that they don't have friends. And it's like, yeah, no, like, sorry, but AVP, they hunt together. Predators, they hunt together. Like, Predator 2, they hunt together. Like, sorry, but no, they definitely do have friends. You can't just introduce that, nah, they don't have friends. Like, it's like, no, they do. But so then Deck decides to take the, she's like, oh yeah, I'll lead you to the creature, because that's where my legs are. Like, you know, I need my fat ass. So they, like, walk along, and at first I thought that, like, the movie understood what it was doing, because they have this scene where, like, it's a montage of him carrying her around, and she's just constantly asking him questions. And so I thought the film understood that, like, oh, okay, we're setting up that, like, she's an annoying character. But, like, the film never really stops with that. And it's like, oh, and, like, by the end of the film, it's like, yeah, you like her, right? It's like, no, I don't. Like, she's just annoying throughout the whole thing. Like, what? No, like, you forgot to do the part where, like, you make her likable. Like, you know? Um, and, like, it's really irritating. They go and, uh, he decides that he wants to kill this bone bison because that's the food for the callus, and so he wants to eat it too. Which it's like, okay, I guess, like, if that's a thing you think you can do, sure, but I wouldn't be so sure that you can just eat things on this planet, like, you know, but then he very nearly fucking kills himself by walking into razor grass. It's all like sharp crystal glass, that like has grown into grass-like objects, and it's like, oh, okay, but I guess like, it's so weird because it's like, oh, but the bone bison, it grazes on the razor grass, so it's like, oh, I don't, like, how does it do that? Like, what the fuck? Like, but then, like, he tries to kill it, and there's some other big monster in the tree that they call a bug for some reason. I don't know why. It's like a weird, like, starfish looking thing. But they call it a bug, and, like, it almost gets him, and then he's saved by this little weird monkey thing that has, like, a stone back, and they call the little monkey Bud, and so then Bud follows them around, and, like, Bud spits on the predator to mark it as one of its own, and then, like, they get to the old, like, Weyland-Yutani camp, where for some reason Thea is like, yep, this is where the creature will be, totally. And so then, like, she very nearly gets her legs, and she's like, oh, Mr. Predator Deck, like, you gotta get out of here, because I called Weyland-Yutani, because, you know, for some reason I couldn't just wait to do that. So you need to leave. And he's like, fuck that, like, I'm gonna fight this creature right now, because it's here suddenly. And so then, like, he tries to fight it, and it's got, like, Wolverine level healing, so he can't really do anything to it. And it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of lame. And then it goes to kill him, but then it's like, oh, I smell you, and, like, you're one of mine, so I'm not gonna kill you. And then we have to have another scene where, like, later in the movie, the Predator explains to Thea that, oh, Bud is a kid callus. And then she's like, oh, the callus is Bud's mother? And it's like, stop, I've been watching the movie. Please stop. Like, you don't have to explain this to me, alright? Like, you showed me, you know? You explained to me what the spit was. You showed me the creature smelling him. Like, you know, it's pretty clear. Like, you don't have to spell it out for the retards in the back of the theater, okay? Like, but then, like, Weyland-Yutani shows up, and they capture the callus and the Predator, and then possibly one of the most, like, retarded breakout scenes I've seen in a while happens, where there's, I forget the other one's name, but the other android played by Ellie Fanning, we'll call her Tina, because it's Thea and I think it's like Thena or something, but we'll call her Tina. So Tina is, like, in charge of everything, and she decides that, okay, you know what, like, we should find out how the Predator's technology works. So, like, she goes to one of the guards, and she's like, okay, Mr. Guardman, who is also a synthetic, right? All of the Weyland people here are all synthetics, which, you know, undercuts Romulus's stupid, oh, we need to create the perfect worker, because it's like you already have that. You have synthetics. But so she tells one of the synthetics to interrogate the Yautja, and then she tells the other synthetic to box up Thea. And then the like synthetics walk into the room, Tina leaves, and then they can't talk to the Yautja. Because for some reason, Tina and Thea are the only ones that have universal translators. None of the other synthetics do. Which it's like, no, they would. Like, they're intergalactic traveling robots. You would give them a universal translator. Like, what? No, that's a standard loadout. Like, what? Why wouldn't it have that? But it only doesn't have that so that we can have Thea talk with the Predator and, like, use a bomb on these unsuspecting synthetics, where this movie kind of has the problem of, like, TFA, where Thea recognizes that, like, hey, I can be more than just a tool, you know? Like, I can be a person. But then just callously murders all of the other synthetics, and it's like, oh, I guess they couldn't be people. Like, you know, I guess they were just machines. Okay, like, I don't think you thought that one through, but, so then the Predator escapes, he decides that, like, I feel bad for Bud, because that's its mother, so I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna rescue, Thea for some reason, and I'm gonna set that creature free. And it's like, what? Like, okay. I guess so. And then, like, he goes to their base camp, and they have a really prolonged sequence of him and Thea, like, killing all of the synthetics. And it's really annoying to me, because this movie is PG-13, but, like, the synthetics, the Weyland-Yutani synthetics have white blood. Like, you know, they've got all that milk that, like, comes out of them constantly. Not in this movie. They forgot about that. So all of the synthetics just have, like, sparks that fly off. And it's like, why? Guys, like, even with a PG-13 rating, you could get away with, like, white blood spilling all over the place. Like, that's not, you know, like, the issue is only when it's red blood. But they just forgot about that? Like, I don't know, like, maybe there's gonna be a patch update to the movie that, like, has the white blood, like, you know, instead of the sparks. 'Cause, you know, who knows, they patch updated Killer of Killers several weeks after it came out. And that was another fucking weird Dan Trachtenberg retcon that we'll get to. But, so, yeah, through a weird series of events, they end up fighting, and, like, they beat all the synthetics, and then Tina gets swallowed by the callus, but she has the Predator's plasma cannon, which, for some reason, this plasma cannon can't shoot holes through things. Because they show it, like, she uses it to shoot, like, a little eel creature, and it, like, it singes it, but it's like, no, that thing should be gone. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, did you not watch the first Predator movie where, like, that fucking shoots a guy's arm clean off? Like, what? Why is it just barely, like, you know, like, barely singeing something? Like, but she manages to use that to, or she uses one of the Predator's ice bombs to, like, freeze the inside of the callus, and then uses its plasma caster to break out. Then they're like, oh no, like, that sucks that the creature died. Like, everyone's so sad. which I guess they treat it as though, like, yep, nope, the creature did die. Like, you actually could just kill the Callus with the Predator's weapons. I was like, oh, but I guess all of the Predators that tried before, they were all retarded. Okay, great. And then, like, Deck stabs Tina through the throat, which somehow kills her, which is kind of annoying, where it's like, again, it's a synthetic, like, I don't think that's how that would work, but okay. And then Bud fucking runs up and, like, grabs the spine and rips it out of the android, which it's like, yeah, so that's a thing from the other Predator movies. That's not a thing from this Predator movie. Like, Deck has not done that a single time. There's no reason for Bud to, quote-unquote, emulate that. Like, that's fucking stupid. And then he goes back home, and he's like, hey, Dad, I don't like that you murdered my brother. Stab, stab, you're dead. Because his dad is really retarded and, like, uses his invisibility cloak, but still runs straight forward. I was like, oh, I think you could have done better, honestly. And so he kills his dad, and they're like, oh, hooray, we did it, we saved the day, like, goodbye, abusive dad. And then a spaceship appears on the horizon, and they go, oh, what's that? And he goes, that's Mommy. It's like, what the fuck? Like, and so yeah, if they're building up to anything, it looks like what they're building up to is Prey 2 is going to be the lady from Prey, Harrigan, Dutch, Deck, Thea, and Bud all in an arena trying to work together to fight the Predator Queen or some stupid shit like that. That's like, why? No, like, don't do that. Like, and it's like, it's not gonna work out well because I don't give a fuck about Deck or Thea or Bud. Like, none of them have been characterized very well at all. Like, you know, because, like, Thea just randomly decides, like, I can be more than a tool. And I was like, oh, I mean, I thought that, like, Alien Romulus showed that, like, you needed to heavily reprogram a synthetic to get it to betray the company, but okay, like, I guess we're just back to that not being the case, you know, fuck Romulus, right? You know, it's not like they're making Romulus 2 right now, like, you know, and it's like, I don't know, man, like, yeah, Romulus was bad, but, like, it does feel so weird that we've got all these projects in development that are all in the same universe, and yet nobody's overseeing any of the continuity between them, right? It's like Alien Earth can go off and just do whatever the fuck it wants, and it's like, yeah, no, like, none of that shit can be canon. Like, Romulus fucking goes, oh yeah, actually, like, the whole reason why they wanted the black goo was to make the perfect worker. Like, you know, even though we have synthetics that are the perfect worker, but, like, you know, and then this movie is like, well, maybe synthetics are retarded sometimes. It's like, what? Like, stop. But yeah, and it's like, I don't care about any of these characters. Like, you know, I care a little bit about the lady from Prey. Like, you know, she was all right. Like, she could get a little, you know, like, heroic, or like, not heroic, I don't know, I guess, like, Mary Sue-ish. That feels like the wrong term, because, like, she definitely has flaws, but, you know, there are a lot of times in Prey where it's like, nah, I'm just the best, like, I can do it, like, I guess she's very headstrong would be the term, but like the problem is the film agrees a lot of the time that like, yeah, she can do it. It's like, I don't think so. Um, but and then like Dutch and Harrigan, that's a retcon that just shouldn't have happened because for some reason Dan Trachtenberg like forgot that the Predators have an arm bomb. That it's like, oh yeah, if I'm gonna lose, I should set off my arm bomb. But Killer of Killers, like that whole plot for that movie, that can't happen if they have arm bombs. So he's just decided, okay, well, I'm just gonna retcon it so they don't have arm bombs. And I was like, oh. So I guess the other Predators that we saw with arm bombs, like, they're all just really bad sports. Great. I hate it. Like, I don't know. I find it infinitely funny that, like, his retcon, thanks to Killer of Killers, is that, like, Predator 2, the ending is, like, all the Yautja are like, wow, that's really cool that this random cop was able to kill one of our own. Like, here's this old pistol, you know, like, we respect you. And then they go back and they take off. And then they get to space. And they're like, oh, man, we really need to, like, put that guy into cryo. Like, can you, like, you did that, right? And he's like, no. Like, what? That was your job. It's like, oh, fuck. Like, well, we gotta find him. Like, oh, shit, he's not on the ship. Like, god damn it, we have to turn around. Like, we have to go back to get him. Like, you know, it's like, I find that infinitely funny as a retcon, where it's like, yeah, maybe you just shouldn't do that as a story. And it's also really lame to know that, like, oh, yeah, Dutch, for as hard as he fought and, like, you know, as cool as he was and, like, able to finally beat the Predator, it's like, oh, yeah, that didn't mean anything, because then, like, the Predators just showed back up and kidnapped him. The end. Like, that's, you know, like, that's how the first Predator movie ended, actually, was, you know, Dutch is on his way home and then just fucking gets abducted by the Predators. It's like, yeah, maybe we don't retcon this universe to be whatever you want it to be, Dan. Like, you know, maybe that's a really bad idea. And so, yeah, this is, like, I'm not gonna say that this is the most offensive way that you could do it, right? Like, I actually think Killer of Killers is probably more offensive than this. Like, this movie is just generic and lame. And, like, it's something that will be easily forgotten by a lot of people. Because, like, you know, sorry, but, like, even, like, Alien vs. Predator will be remembered more than this movie. Like, this movie will be forgotten to the annals of time. Like, you know, if anything, like, if it has a lasting reputation, it's just going to be from people that are like, oh yeah, it was kind of cool when he used his lightsaber on, like, that weird alien monster. Like, that was kind of cool. And it's like, I don't know, I really hate the introduction of the lightsaber in this too. It's like, the Predator already has fucking, like, swords. Like, you know, he's got his arm blades. Why do we need to give him a fucking laser sword? Like, that's stupid, okay? Like, just, no. Like, you don't need to do that. Like, you can introduce new Predator weapons, but why be like, oh yeah, he's got a laser bow? It's like, no, he has a shoulder cannon. Why would he have a laser bow? He has a shoulder fucking cannon. Like, why would he have a laser sword? He's already got arm blades. Like, it's just, yeah, it's really annoying. And, yeah, I don't know that they will give Dan Trachtenberg the boot, but I really hope so. Because, I don't know, it feels really weird that they're like, oh yeah, you get free reign to do whatever you want with the Predators. It's like, guys, that's a bad idea. Like, don't give him free reign. Like, you need someone to step in and go, this is a really, like, lame idea. Don't do that. But, yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts for now on Predator Badlands. Don't go see it. Yeah, it's bad. Bye.